Slav Bittman Agencies of North Carolina. So first and foremost, everyone relax. I'm not looking to make any decisions today. Just want to give you guys some good and valuable information so you can make an educated decision on whether this opportunity here at American Income will be a good fit for you moving forward. At a later date, I'm going to give select candidates a call back, and at that point, we'll reach out and see who we're going to bring back for a final interview. Does that sound fair? Yeah. All right, cool. Does that sound fair? Oh, excuse me. And you see you come in like a ninja. All right, sorry about that. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So first and foremost, I'm going to be before you guys for about 45, maybe 50 minutes, give or take. And I do want to apologize for our style of interviewing. We handle a lot of resumes for the local colleges, Career Builder, Monster, Beyond Indeed, a lot of job search engines out there. So we sift through thousands upon thousands of resumes so we can find the right candidates. Now we look for people who like to win. So who here likes to lose? Nobody? Great. All right, so we look for people who like to win. Why is that? Who can tell me why? I told some of you guys.
Maybe because they're gonna go above and beyond.
Yeah, it's not what I was looking for, but yes. We'll just find a way to win, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we believe that people who like to win can make a bigger impact in the lives of those around them, right? So we look for people like a LeBron James, a Kobe Bryant, Steph Curry, those type of guys. I see your face already. And I'd say the right name? Okay. So we like to, what's your name, by the way? Christia. And Don, nice to meet you. So we look for those type of people who love to win and actually enjoy winning because they can make a bigger impact in the lives of those around them. So aside from that, we're going to go ahead and get started. But first, I want to tell you guys briefly a little bit about who I am and why I'm here at American Income, why I chose American Income, and then we'll get started because I don't want to make this a lot about myself. Okay? So again, my name is Don the Voice. I'm not from Charlotte. Who's here from Charlotte? Nobody. Family, right? So I moved here in Charlotte. Probably it'll be 3 years come November. My wife and I, we courted Charlotte for about 5 years. Then we finally decided to make the move. So we got the U-Haul together, loaded the U-Haul up, trailers on the back of the U-Haul, the boys, two sons and a daughter now. And we hit the highway, 7 hours, right from Ohio, Dayton, Ohio. Anybody heard of that place before?
That's where I'm from.
He ain't from Dayton, Ohio. How'd you go to?
There last year. I went to Northmont.
You're from Dayton. 28214. Very good deal. We got some family in the building in there. Yeah, from Dayton, Ohio originally. So aside from that, we get down here the very next day. I had a job lined up that I carried over from Ohio and from Atlanta, kind of bounced around a little bit. But when I got down here, that job fell through. Not a biggie, right? So I always have a plan just in case things don't go according to plan, right? So I had a backup plan. That fell through too. Yeah. So needless to say, to make a long story short, I was out of work for about 3 months. Running through all my savings, doing little odd jobs, trying to, anything beats a blank, right? So I'm trying to make ends meet. And just when it seemed like I was gonna have to move back to Ohio, I get a phone call from American Income. It was probably like the phone call you guys got, very vague, not a lot of information, right? But at that point, I'm thinking like I haven't been on an interview in so long. I mean, what do I got to lose? So I showed up. First thing I noticed about American Income when I walked in this building is the energy just felt positive, right? It just felt good. So maybe I was desperate, I don't know, but it just felt good, right? And the next thing I noticed is the guy that was giving the information, it sounded like it was right up my alley. I figured to myself, you know what, I think I can do that. Maybe that was some desperation too, I don't know. The third thing I noticed is as I was sitting there, and it's funny, that's the very seat I sat in when I came here, man. You might be onto something. So that's the very seat I sat in, but the guy that was up here speaking, I kept telling myself, man, I can do that guy's job, I can do that guy's job. Well, I've been here at American Income for 2 years, and guess what I'm doing? That guy's job. Nothing against the guy that was here before me. It's nothing like that, but it just shows you how you can go from being where you are right now within 2 years running the whole entire Charlotte area, right? Hard work and dedication, perseverance, and being teachable and coachable here at American Income, specifically here at the Slav Bittman Agencies. We believe in attitude, coachability, and effort, right? You got those 3 things, then we'll bend over backwards to make sure you get what you want and need in life. But we're not gonna care more about your success than you. That sound fair? All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So the interview process, you guys have made it to the 4th step, so congratulations. I know you're probably thinking how. But, as I told you, we sift through tons and tons of resumes just to find the right candidates. We're very selective on who we let into our family. We have a wonderful culture here, and we'll do everything we can to protect the culture, right? It all takes is one bad apple, right? Also, as I mentioned earlier, we're gonna do an evaluation and callback, myself and some of the other leaders. We're going to go over your personality surveys and see what we thought about each person individually, and those are the folks we'll call back for a interview. Now, what I will do is I'll do my very best to get each and every person to call back, because one of the things that burnt my biscuits when I was looking is no one called me back. I don't know if they lost my resume or what happened, but I will do my very best to get each and every person to call back, okay? And those who I can call back for a final interview, then we'll sit down face to face to where we can make a decision together, because we don't just hire you, but you guys also hire us as well. Cool? All right, so we're gonna go over the history of American Income, what it is that we do, what sets us apart from other companies, marketing, which is my favorite part of American Income, because that what really sets us apart, our products and services, our compensation, our pay structure, and bonuses and how you get paid. Also, we're gonna go over a career track and how you grow, advance, and be developed here at American Income. And the cool part is, like I told some of you, you don't have to die, have someone die or retire before you can move up. So that's one of the reasons why I chose American Income. And we're gonna go over our impact in the community and how we serve, not just here in North Carolina, but throughout the United States, Canada, and New Zealand, and ultimately, what we expect from the candidates that we select. So if you guys done some research on the company, you would have found that we're a pretty awesome company. You know, we're not a startup company by any means, so we've been around going on 70 years. 70 years. The company was started by Mr. Bernard Rappaport, this gentleman here. He started the company in 1951 with $25,000 of borrowed capital. So what's important that you guys can jot down as well, we actually sold the company to a company called Torchmark Corporation. Now, write this down, TMK, that's our stock ticker. So if you wanna see how we're doing as a company, financially, you can compare our stocks to Nike. I heard they're doing pretty good now, right? So with that, a few things you guys need to know about Torchmark. They purchased this company in 1994 for $563 million, right? So I would say that Mr. B, Bernard Rappaport, got a pretty good return on his investment, right? Would you guys say? Yeah. So a couple things that I look at in any company, guys, is the 4 Ps. So you guys can write this down too. So the first P is gonna be people, right? So you find out who's involved in the company, and you can see what the company is made of. The next P I look at is proven. Is their system and their process proven? I would say so. You've been around going on 70 years, and somebody thought enough about us to buy us for $563 million. So I would say the process has been proven. The next P I look at is the product, right? Do they have a product that I can stand behind, right? That I believe in? The fourth thing I look at is profitable. Is the company a profitable company? Because if the company's not profitable, that means that they're not stable. And also, I look at if I can make a profit, right? So if those 4 Ps are in line, then I'll give any company an opportunity. And that's exactly what American Income did. It showed me that, they was worthy of down the voice, right? So aside from that, also Torchmark, guys, are you guys familiar with Mr. Warren Buffett? Anybody in the room? You guys, Warren Buffett, okay. Warren Buffett, guys, is our largest stockholder. He owns over 500 million shares in our company, right? Talk about the people that are involved in the company. If you know anything about Warren Buffett, he's very financially savvy, right? He also has a knack for choosing companies that are profitable, that make money. And so as long as he's here, I know we're good, right? So the second thing too about Torchmark, are you guys familiar with the Major League Baseball team, Texas Rangers? Anyone? Yeah, just a couple of you, the baseball fans?
New York Yankees.
New York Yankees, right? We don't own the naming rights to the Yankees, but we do own the naming rights to the Texas Rangers. All right. Thirdly, you guys familiar with Forbes? So Forbes took and named 50 companies and ranked them as top happiest places to work. American Income fell at number 24 happiest places to work according to Forbes magazine, slightly above Disney, the happiest place on earth. And so we do pretty well for ourselves. And also too, Torchmark has 5 companies under their umbrella. They're a financial services holding company on the New York Stock Exchange. We have 5 companies under their umbrella. Now, American Income makes up almost 40% of their revenue out of 5 companies. That's pretty huge, right? And as I get going, you see exactly why that is. So we're licensed in the United States, Canada, and New Zealand, and we have over $60 billion of life insurance in force, right? And that's pretty cool from a company you never heard of, right? So our members know exactly who we are, all 30,000 of them. Now, also too, we have over 220 independent agencies here in North Carolina, United States, Canada, and New Zealand. Now, here in North Carolina, Mr. Slav Bittman, you guys write that name down too? You spell his name S-L-A-V. That's his first name, Bittman, B-I-T-M-A-N. Now, he's the state general agent for North Carolina. Now, Mr. Bittman started this company 23 years ago. He came to the United States speaking zero English. So English is actually his third language. Within 5 years of starting this company, he became a millionaire. 5 years. And changed the entire landscape of American Income as we knew it at that time. So he's like a legend in his company, right? And he still works here. In fact, I just spoke with him this morning. So he's very available, very engaged in the business still, very, very present, right? And why am I mentioning that to you guys? Mr. Bittman is only 44, maybe 45 years old. Yeah, wow, right? So it sounds like I'm describing Warren Buffett, right? But no, he's still a young man. And it just goes to show you what's possible here at American Income. I'm not gonna get into, his accomplishments as a whole, but that's our backing, right? Mr. Slav Bittman. And so most people in the company, all people in the company know exactly who he is and what he stands for, and especially being a pillar within this company and actually changing the landscape of American Income as we know it. But I want to show you guys our backing, who is our leader, right? A person that's been with the company for 23 years, very stable, very well off, very wealthy, and has made a life for himself and also helped other people reach their dreams and their goals too. And I'm just trying to be the next person, right? He's done a lot for a lot of people. So, now with that being said, growth. Who here likes to stay stagnant? You guys want to stay stagnant? No growth? Good. Still talking to the right crowd of people. So one of the reasons I chose American Income is their growth. Now for me, I know that there's companies out there that reach what we call a plateau, right? And they stop growing, they reach their peak. This company somehow continues to grow year over year over year, which is impressive to me. Who remember what happened here in this time, right? Yes, you got it. You did like that, right? Absolutely, recession, right? So other companies were shipping jobs overseas, closing doors, and people were jumping off of buildings and so forth. We still stayed on American soil, and we continued to grow as a company through that time, which is phenomenal as well. Now, you guys may not be familiar with AM Best Company. AM Best Company is the company that rates all insurance companies on their financial stability. So we've been ranked as an A+ superior rated company for our overall financial strength, right? So only 5% insurance companies earn that rating, and we're one of them. Only 5%. So what do? So we provide supplemental benefits, guys. In fact, we're the premier supplemental insurance company for 30,000 different groups, whether it be your teachers, your firefighters, your police officers, your nurses, your postal workers, your UPS workers, you name it. 30,000 different groups, right? And so we provide health services, discount cards at no cost to them. We have our Child Safe Kit program, which is actually an app that you can download on your phone. Put all your children's important information in. God forbid the unthinkable happens. You can open up your app, click on the child's picture, and click send information to authorities, and it blasts it out to all the authorities instantly, right? How awesome would that be if your child was involved in some type of alert situation, right? And these are given away at no cost to all of our members. And we also have our AD&D coverage as well. So the AD&D is accidental death and dismemberment. I believe in November, over 180,000 of these no-cost policies paid out to North Carolinians. Now it's great because the money was there for the families, but it's not so great because you had to lose your life or a limb for that to pay out. But nonetheless, they were there. And of course, we have our life insurance as well. So guys, as I told you, this is my favorite part, marketing. So the average response rate for marketing is 1 to 3%. What that basically means, what's your name again? Heather? So Heather, that means if you send out 100 flyers, say for instance, you're selling popsicles, right? And you wanted to get your name out there. So in order for you to get 1 to 3 people to respond, you have to send out at least 100 flyers, just to get 1 to 3 people to respond. Pretty sucky, right? I'll get back to why that's important here in a second, right? So guys, we have a process here at American Income that really sets us apart from other companies. We have something called a 3-yes process, okay? So essentially, what that means is before we even see our clients, we get 3 yeses. So here's how it works. Is anyone in the room familiar with unions? I know you probably are, Mr. New York Yankees fan. You familiar with unions? All right. So the way that unions work, guys, they have a union president, a union treasurer, and all these other people, and these people are elected in by their peers. So that's, say for instance, if we all work together, and you guys wanted a union president, we would all come together and choose which one of us we want to represent us, right? So that's how that works. Now, the union president, the last thing they want is to get unelected, right? So they're gonna do exactly what they think is best for the people. So, since we know that, we have a PR team that goes out and builds, maintains, and develops relationships with all of the union executives. So, Dave, what's your name?
Dwight.
Dwight? All right, Dwight. So you're gonna be my union president, okay?
All right.
It's not because you're from Dayton. Yes, it is. Okay. All right, so this is a letter that is sent out to all the members, guys. So if I'm the PR rep, I'm gonna go out to Dwight. You guys can pass this around and take a look at it. So if I'm out to see Dwight, the union president, I'm gonna say something like, hey, Dwight, we noticed that you here at the Teamsters Local 391 did not have access to the benefits that the Teamsters Local 391 has and all the other 30,000 groups that we have. Now, they have their health services discount card, they have their child safety kits and all these other great benefits, and your crew doesn't have it. Would you like those for your crew? Yes, you would, right? Absolutely you would. So that's the first yes we get. We get the buy-in from the people at the top, right? So the next step is just this letter that's being passed around, you can pass that back to me. So that letter that's being passed around, it's sent out to each and every member. It has their union logo on it, right? Now, let me ask you guys a question. At home, you guys have a keep pile for your mail and a junk pile for your mail, is that correct? Right? So if you guys received a letter from American Income, company you never heard of before, which pile is it going into? You ain't gonna hurt my feelings, you can say it. Junk, right? All right, so if I received a letter from you, person I never met before, it back going to junk too, right? So, guess what we did? Remember that 1 to 3% marketing rate? You know, you guys all said junk. That's where the 1 to 3% marketing rate comes from, right? Response rate comes from. So what we did is we got smart. So instead of sending in our name, we sent it in the name of their union, the one that signs their paychecks, and it jumped from a 1 to 3% to a 30 to 40%, which is unheard of in marketing, right? So now we're cooking with oil, right?
Yeah.
So now we have the union members who are opening up the letters, and they find this card in there also, right? It's a response card. So this card has a spot for their name, their date of birth, their address, their beneficiary, which is typically their spouse, and the number of children that they have in the house, right? So what they do is they take and fill that card out. They put it in an envelope, lick it, stamp it, put it in the mailbox. Would you guys say that's a yes or a no? That's a yes, right? 3 yes process. That's 2 down, 1 to go, okay? Who can tell me what we do next at this point? After they send the card in, what's the next step, you guys think?
You follow them?
Yes. Your name once more?
Christian.
Christian. Exactly what we do, right? So, we give them a call. We give them one final chance to back out, right? Once we give them a call, we set the appointment because this is credibility. I'm gonna show you guys something really quick. So we have the response card in Christian. Yeah, I'll pick on you. So let's say, for instance, you sent your card in, and now Don's gonna give you a call. So I'm gonna give you a call. You just role play with me, okay? Just follow along. It's not hard.
Okay.
Ring, 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 ring.
Hello?
Hey, is this Christia?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Christy, this is Don with American Income. I was actually giving you a call about your benefits through the American Postal Workers Union. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm not doing too bad. Thanks for asking. I have some great news for you. The benefits that you requested for your family have been processed and approved, and there's some information I need to verify off that card that you sent in, okay?
Okay.
Looks like we have your address is 123 Summer Street. Is that correct?
That's correct.
It looks like we have your date of birth is 1/1/91. Is that correct?
That's correct.
It also looks like you have your beneficiary as your husband. Is it Denzel? Is that correct?
Yeah, when I find her.
Okay, Denzel is the beneficiary, okay? And we also have you down for 3 child safety kits, is that correct?
Just need one.
You just need one? Okay, we'll update that in the system.
Okay.
It said 3 on the card, not a problem. So my job is actually fairly simple for the Postal Workers Union. It's to help you designate your beneficiary so that way when you die, the money actually makes it to someone. And also get your feedback on the program. They have you on my route for Tuesday and Wednesday. Which day would you say works best for you?
Wednesday.
We're just going to stop right there. At that point, she's going to book the appointment. Why?
If you wanna get her in,
And why is she going to book the appointment?
why not?
Hmm?
Cause I need.
You sent the card in for one, right?
Mhm.
So this is a response to you sending the card in. And it's also instant credibility. Guess what? The card she had in her hand, I now have in my hand, right? And so it's instant credibility. Had you not sent the card in, we wouldn't be calling you, right? So it's very simple. So this is what sets us apart. Now, guys, I don't know if you guys are football fans or not, right? But in football, there's something called a red zone. You guys know what a red zone is?
Yeah.
So the red zone, for you who don't know, is when you're 20 yards outside the touchdown field goal, right? So as long as you don't throw an interception, as long as you don't fumble, you still can kick a field goal, right? And score. So that's essentially what we do is we put you in a position to score. Does that make sense? So not only do we get you 3 yeses, get you the people to see, put you in a position to score, but we also show you how to continue seeing people outside of the people that we give you. So most companies, guys, spend 80% of their time trying to find people to get in front of and 20% of their time in front of people. At American Income, we spend 80% of our time in front of people and 20% of our time getting in front of people. So that's what really sets us apart from other companies, right? We put you in a position to score. Now, we have our Child Safe Kit program. Obviously, people want to protect their children, right? So we use that as a way to generate leads. We also have a referral system. Guys, we're an exclusive company. You can't just call in and get these benefits. You have to either belong to one of the groups or you can get sponsored in. So if you're my post office worker, you can sponsor in your close friends and family to receive the benefits. Yep. But only can they get them is if you call or if you refer them into the program. Does that make sense? We also have our existing clients, their needs and wants change too. Of course, our labor unions, we work with about 20,000 different credit unions and also 20,000 associations as well. So, not only do we do all these things up front for you, but we also give them an opportunity that they can't refuse, right? An offer when we show up. So, what's your name again? Jaleisha. All right, so let's say you work for Teamsters Local 71, AKA UPS, right? So, I'm gonna come to you and I'm gonna give you an enhanced job, right? Your current job here, you have your work insurance, you have your 401k, okay? You make about $687 a week. You with me so far?
Yeah.
Okay. So, say for instance, I show up with this enhanced job, and the enhanced job says you make $670 a week. It's not looking so enhanced yet, right?
Right.
Alright. So, the first thing your family's gonna need for you when you die is money for your funeral and final expenses, right? It's the first thing they're gonna need. With your current job, they offer none of that. Alright, so your family still have to figure it out. With your enhanced job, you're gonna provide up to $30,000 towards your funeral and final expenses. So your family don't have to figure it out. With your current job, when you die, your income dies too. Most people don't think about that. But guess what? With your enhanced job, you're gonna prepare your family with $687 a week for up to 5 years straight. And give them 5 years to figure things out. Alright? Now, with your current position at work, the house is going back to the bank. Okay? With your enhanced job, we're gonna make sure your mortgage is paid off. If you die, your children can still go to college, but they're gonna take some loans out, right? And start out their life in debt. But with your enhanced job, we're gonna provide up to $100,000 per child. So my question to you is, which job you choosing, the current job or your enhanced job? Why? You make less money.
But it's more long-term benefits.
Exactly, it's more value, right? So, think about it like this. You work 40 hours a week, right? If I come to you and I say, hey, Jaleisha, we got to cut your hours. Instead of 40, you're only gonna get 39. I'm so sorry. Is that gonna take food off your table? No, right? Just like if I say, hey, we're gonna throw you some more hours. Instead of 40, we're gonna give you 41.
Right.
You ain't gonna go out and be able to buy that Lamborghini you always wanted, right?
Right.
Right. It doesn't really make a difference. We're talking about an hour of your time.
Right.
We're gonna use to protect your family. Right? It's called an hour power. Does that make sense? So it's not really taking food off your table, but if you die, it keeps food on the table. So, guys, listen. We have a laptop presentation. The company has put thousands upon thousands of dollars into, probably at this point millions of dollars into this laptop presentation. Because guess what? You don't have to be an insurance guru, right? To be able to do what we do. You have to be good at introing videos. That's it. There's a whole laptop presentation that does all the work for you. You have to learn a 57-sentence script. That's it. So guess what happens when you're confident in what you're doing? When you go somewhere, right? You're more successful. Because you sound like you know what you're talking about. Now, can I teach you guys how to be Dom? No. But I can teach you guys what to say and how to say it. And so that's what really separates us from other companies. Because because we tell you what to say before you get there. That's like going on a blind date. What if you went on a blind date and someone was in your ear the whole time with a little microphone, right? Telling you exactly what to say. And they knew what they were doing, obviously, right? How successful would that date be, right? We tell you exactly what to say before you get there, so that way you have the confidence. And not only that, we take you out in the field and train you for 2 weeks straight. So we know that you know what you're doing, because guess what we have to do? Those leads I was telling you about, those are our precious leads. No other company really has leads that they give you at no cost. We don't even charge you for the leads. So before you go out there, we gotta make sure that you're prepared. You can use our leads, make sure you get the most out of them, right? So we're gonna make sure it's in our best interest to make sure you're properly trained. I'll get to that here in a second. But with this presentation, it takes away all the knowledge. You don't have to be an insurance guru by any means. So for instance, if I'm out to see you, Jaleisha, and you're my Postal Workers Union, or I said UPS, Teamsters, right? And you're a union member. Let me ask you a question. Which button are you clicking on? If you're a union member. Yeah, the one that says union, right? Okay, so what if I'm out to see her cousin? Which button am I clicking on? Referrals, right? See how simple that is? And you just get good at introing videos. You tell them exactly what the video's getting ready to do. Click the video and let it do what you said it was gonna do. When the video goes off, you say, does that make sense? And they say yes. And then you intro the next video. It's really that simple. You nod your head, smile, intro the video, let the video do the explaining for you. You don't have to be an insurance guru. You learn your script, put the words with the videos, and let the presentation do its job. It's gonna go from a script to a presentation to a conversation. The better you get at it, they're not gonna know they're in a presentation. It's gonna be so smooth, so fluid, they're not gonna know they're in a presentation. It's gonna seem like you're having a conversation with them. Repetition. You just do it over and over and over again, and we train you to make sure that you know your script at some point, because that's your moneymaker. That's how you make money here, knowing your script. In fact, I'm jumping a little bit ahead, but Slav Bittman always says there's only 2 reasons people don't make money here. They don't know what they're saying, meaning they haven't put the time in to learn their script, or they're not going to work. We give you everything you need to succeed. If you don't do those 2 things, that's on you. We give you everything already. We can even tell you